Police are investigating after an access road to a car park was built on part of a graveyard at a Powys chapel. A Christian group that owns the building says it has planning permission to restore it to become a place of worship again. But relatives of people buried at Bethany Chapel near Newtown say they weren't consulted and are angry and upset over the works. Greg Duggan reports.
A Grade 2 listed chapel in a small Powys hamlet, but for people with relatives buried here, Hodley is now the focus of major concern. The building is being renovated. A new access road and car park have been built on part of the old graveyard. Headstones were moved to make way for the road. It's thought a number of graves are now under it. Relatives of the deceased say they weren't consulted. The great-grandparents of Jackie's husband were laid to rest here. She's spoken with other distressed families.
Relatives have been in touch with us. Horrified that this has happened to their loved ones who've been laid to rest here. They've come with flowers. They're just distraught. They don't know what to do. It's just this insensitivity of what's happened here. And they feel nobody cares.
A headstone in memory of William and Martha White has been moved. In a statement, their descendants said they're shocked and deeply upset by the work. They're calling for reassurance that their loved ones' remains have not been disturbed or taken away. The owners of the chapel, the Dol Trust, say they're aware of concerns about the restoration work, but they're adhering meticulously to the planning consent granted by Powys Council. The Trust adds it's worked closely with the Council and other authorities to ensure the plans are delivered sensitively and appropriately. Last year, a Powys Council planning officer approved an application from the Trust for a change of land use to create the car park and vehicle access. Consent was granted despite opposition from Powys' Highways Department and the Community Council. Elwyn Vaughan, the Plaid Cymru group leader on the council, says the case raises many questions.
There are graves under the road here, so a road being built right through the graveyard, showing total lack of respect. And there are fundamental questions about the application stuff. Last application described the place as agricultural land, which is totally misleading to say the least. Did the planning officer actually have a site visit here? I understand not. Why not?
Dyfed Powys Police says it's investigating a report of criminal damage, and Powys Council is looking into a breach of planning conditions. The chapel owners say their priority is to be good neighbours, and they aim to complete the restoration with respect and compassion to re-establish the chapel as a place of worship.